Hey, got a video for you here. This one is from an adventure a couple weeks ago. I went for a weekend drive with my new truck. Did a bit of a trail drive, and did a bit of a camp. Was up around the Soda Springs area, and it was lovely up there. Had a great time. Hope you enjoy the video. So here we are, just rolling down the trail. I've been going on this for this is the Soda Springs road. I've been on this for about 7 or 8, maybe 9, 11 miles. I don't know, hard to tell. I see numbers on trees, but I'm not sure where that measures from. Anyways, very lovely. Not too difficult to trail. I mean, there's been a few places with loose rocks, a few places, couple snowbanks, and a couple places you kind of have to just kind of go around the trees and stuff. But generally, it's been pretty good. As you can see, kind of a little bumpy, but you know, not too bad. Haven't seen anyone on the trail this morning. Just got to a place now where there's some private property, but before that, it was all looked like public property. And just really lovely, going for a drive. I'm going to be coming into Soda Springs, and then I'll get back on the 80 and head home. Anyways, oh, interesting. Looks like we got a little creek crossing coming up, so maybe I'll film just a little bit longer and see how this goes. Undoubtedly, we're going to have to cross it, so actually, you know what? I'm going to stop filming because I need to figure out where we're going, and actually I can kind of see where we're going, but I'm going to just get the map back. So, yeah, you know what? I'm sure we're going here. I'm going to just switch to four-wheel drive here. I'm running on two-wheel drive. And I'm pretty sure I can see the other side of this, so we'll just roll on through here. Hopefully, we're good here. I can see the other side. It's not deep, so not a problem. Not a problem at all. And I'm just in regular four-wheel drive. I'm not even in four-wheel drive low, so shouldn't be a problem. What you can hear sloshing in the background is I got a big water jug, because there's no water out here, so, well, no water, haha. So I got a big water jug for drinking water and stuff. You can hear that kind of sloshing around in the back. And yeah, so there we are on the, was it Soda Springs, Soda Creek Trail, Soda Creek. Yeah, lovely. Let's see, there's a big old rock popping up, and it's been kind of what the trail's been like. You know, climbing up the side of ridges, it's been a little bit drier, a little less trees, but this is kind of what I've been driving on for about an hour now. Yeah, so Soda Springs, not Soda Creek. Okay, well, anyways, I'm gonna, oh my goodness, there's a tennis court right there. That's kind of interesting. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna stop right now and carry on. Just finishing up my dinner here. Got this chicken teriyaki and these new Mountain House, was it Pro Pack? I guess it is, was it Pro? Yeah, something like that. Anyways, this is the ones that are completely sealed and don't puff up or whatever. Anyways, so what's my thoughts on this? Not too bad. It's a little sweeter than I would like, but it's quite tasty. Not overly spicy. I notice a lot of these dehydrated things are kind of spicy, and I'm not a big fan of that. So this one's pretty good. The chicken's reasonable. There's some veg in here, and got some rice. And the little bags are actually really nice because they're a little smaller than the usual bags, and they pack a lot smaller. So that's, I think, a good thing. All of these meals are kind of like, I find them all a little bit soupy, but you know, I think you know, I'm adding too much water. So anyways, there's the package. It's a Mountain House, and it's as I say, they're new. I think they're called the Pro Packs or whatever, the ones that are shrinked way down. It's good. There's, you know, a fair bit of chicken in it. The rice is good. It's got, you know, pretty good flavor. As I say, it's not spicy. It's a little on the sweet side. Got some peas and some red peppers in it. So you get to, you know, a little bit of vegetables. pretty good. So yeah, just finishing that up, and then I'm gonna have my mint hot chocolate for dessert. That's a big fan of that. Learned that from someone else. It's not my own invention, but mint tea mixed with hot chocolate. I got to figure out a better way of getting stuff off my stove. The stupid handles on those Snow Peak things, they get hot and then they burn my little REI towel. So I'm not sure if I need a better towel or maybe a pot holder or something, but kind of burned my finger, spilled a bit of water, and burnt my rag too. So anyways, no worries, not a big deal. So as I say, just finishing up dinner. We're camped out about let's see, about 5 miles past Robinson's Flats campground on Forest something Divide Road, something like that. Anyways, heading to Soda Springs in the morning. Lovely drive on a little trail here. It was paved all the way to up to Robinson's Flat. Hasn't seen much traffic. I saw a couple cars and a couple motorbikes right when I first got on this trail, but gone about 5-6 miles up it, and haven't had anyone by here for about an hour and a bit, so I'm hoping it'll be a quiet evening. 2 weeks ago I went to El Dorado, and there was like motorcycles running around all night until it got dark, so it wasn't too bad, but it was kind of noisy before it got dark. Hey, Big Cheese here. Just sitting on the back of the truck here reading, and something kind of freaky just happened. I'm not sure what it was. So, sitting here quietly on the tailgate of the truck, I'm kind of on the side of a cliff. Not really a cliff, but kind of a really steep hill. And all of a sudden I heard a noise like, da-dum, 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 da-dum. And I thought, oh, that's just a branch falling and rolling down the slope. And it was pretty large sound. So, I mean, it sounded, as I say, like a big branch. But then I could hear kind of going across the slope a kind of heavy breathing, like a whew, whew kind of sound. And lasted about, I want to say, like about 20 seconds or so. And I could kind of hear it sort of disappearing into the distance, but it was like a whew. And it sounded like a really large animal breathing out and kind of making a large exhaling sound. And kind of freaked me out, and then it just stopped, and haven't heard anything since. I mean, it kind of, you know, the sound sounded like, I want to say, like about sort of 100, 200 yards off across the slope, but kind of freaked me out. I'm wondering what it might have been, because, as I say, I didn't hear it. Sort of like the initial sound was like a shoo, and then it sounded like a crashing branch, but now I'm thinking about it was maybe a big animal running across the side of the slope. But it was pretty large sound. So, anyways, kind of weird. So, just sitting here thinking about it got me kind of, to say, a little freaked out. Kind of surprised me. And as I say, it sounded like a big animal. Now, I know when you're out in the bush and you're camping, everything sounds like a big animal. Squirrels sound like lions, for God's sakes. So, don't really know. Probably just a deer kind of came along the slope, saw me, freaked out, and took off. But kind of, as I say, kind of freaked me out with the heavy breathing sound. So, anyways, cleaned up after dinner. Had a good dinner. Had teriyaki chicken, dehydrated teriyaki chicken, and of course I had my hot chocolate with the mint tea in it. And it's lovely here. The sun's just setting over the hills there, and it's a really beautiful evening. It is really quiet, and I just said that, and I can hear some gunshots off in the distance, probably about 5 or 6 miles away. I can hear some gunshots, but it's been utterly quiet, except for, of course, the constant buzzing of bees and bugs and what have you. I'm kind of parked right next to a little flower brush bush, and there's just like a constant swarm of bees going through that. But so there's just that noise, and then the sound of birds chirping and what have you, and it's really, really nice. say, other than the gunshots that just started a few minutes ago, or just a few seconds ago, it's been absolutely quiet. Not even hearing any planes going over, not hearing any sounds of humans off in the distance. So kind of nice. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go back to my reading, and hopefully whatever that was freaked out and isn't gonna come back this way. Oops, look at the bug going up my nose. So go back to reading my book, and then I'll probably put my lantern on and crawl into the back and read for a little while longer. And had a good night's sleep. Truck's pretty much packed up. I'm just eating my breakfast. I've got some, what is it, Mountain House breakfast skillet. It's pretty good. This is again one of these Pro Pack things, so they're packed a little bit drier, a little bit smaller bags. This one, I've had the scrambled eggs with bacon, and I'll be honest, I wasn't a big fan of that one, but I think I put too much water in it. This time I was really careful about the amount of water, and it's not too soupy. It's pretty good, I have to say. It's got lots of potatoes in it, so it gives a little bit more body. It's not just sort of that powdered egg taste. It's got some sausage in there. Let me just give a scoop out. Oops. Okay, I didn't get any sausage in that scoop, but you know, you got eggs and potato in there. It's actually pretty good. So enjoying that. Let's see, can you see? Where we go? There we go. I set a little kitchen setup. Got my coffee and hot chocolate. Always a big fan of hot chocolate when I'm camping. But got a little bit instant coffee in there, and we'll get that, and then wash up, and we're pretty much ready to go. Had a really good night's sleep. It was really quiet here at this spot. Yeah, still pretty amazing spot. I'm good with that. Had a couple motorcycles go by just before it got dark, but other than that, it's been a really good spot, nice and quiet. I'm right next to the road, but gonna be heading out soon and heading home after this little adventure here, a little weekend adventure. So, this is Big Cheese for Big Cheese Adventures. Have a great day.